Welcome to another episode of People and Earth. To capacitate women farmers with input as well as knowledge in different areas of agribusiness, the Women in Agriculture Union has been working with several women farmers since 2019. Women in Agriculture Union is a membership-based women farmers organization strengthening the capacity of women farmers in the agriculture value chain. Today in the studio, we have the founder and chairperson of WOW, Miss Olga Nari. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Nikki, for having me here. I'm glad to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you.
So can you kindly tell us how your organization started?
Well, the vision of the union is something that has been there for almost 13 years. So it took meeting of the like-minded people in 2019 for it to finally see daylight. And our aim is to strengthen the capacity of women farmers to produce, process, brand, and market their products.
Okay, and what is the motivation behind its establishment?
Well, originally in 2010, we were looking, personally, myself as the founder, I was looking at solutions to address gender-based violence. Then when I spent time doing my research in communal areas, I realized that poverty lies at as the root cause of most cases of gender-based violence. So I realized that just getting these perpetrators arrested and maybe facilitating for some of the women to get divorced or to find someone to assist them was not enough. So addressing economic empowerment to emancipate women for them to be able to stand up for themselves, it proved to be the best way to eradicate gender-based violence.
Wow, that's incredible. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
So can you kindly tell us how many members have subscribed under your organization?
Well, so far, our work has become more popular on WhatsApp, and we have a following of more than 9,000 women farmers nationwide so far. And on other platforms, we are still growing, as I was not that familiar yet with the digital world. I'm still just learning how to do it all. Yes.
And how is that managing 9,000 women? That is a big number, right?
It is. Managing more than 68 platforms it is not easy, but we now have a team of volunteers, more than 10 women that volunteer their time and resources to assist with the running of the platforms. Also in other provinces, we have representatives all on voluntary basis that assist us with our field work and also that has helped us a lot. And we also work within the structures of the Ministry of Agriculture. So their extension service providers have been very helpful in helping us in coordinating women farmers.
Wow, that's amazing. I guess teamwork makes the dream work, right?
It does.
Yes.
It does.
So can you also kindly share with us how you are now helping the other women? Because I know that there are challenges with having to raise funds for their projects and obviously even, getting money from the banks. How are you helping assist with that situation?
Well, we have come up with a number of ways. As it is said, where there's a will, there's always a way. So during COVID, for example, most restaurants and other businesses had shut down, making it difficult for those that relied on those businesses to sell their produce. One example of that is in piggery production. We ended up having service providers that had excess piglets, and the ministry came up, the government had an initiative of small livestock pass-on programs. So when they were approached that there were piglets available for women and youth, we were one of the first organizations to be contacted, and we were told that there are piglets that are there for women. So if we were to give women these piglets, they would then raise the piglets, and when they give birth, the first batch they sell to recover their their capital, then the next batch, they give us back only, for example, if you have given a woman 3 piglets, definitely from 1 piglet, they are going to get more than 7, sometimes maybe 11 piglets. Then she just has to bring back the 3 that you gave as seed so that you pass it on to the next farmer.
Okay, that's brilliant. So what would you say are the necessary credentials that are needed for one to partake in this pass-on initiative?
What we were looking at when we started this program, we're just looking at women farmers with the capacity to look after the piglets, and for them to, because for the success of the project, what we wanted at that time is to ensure that it is successful and we manage to pass it on to the next farmers. But, well, now we have to consider so many other things, because we have had some women who were not faithful enough, because it was free when we were giving this. All we wanted was a woman farmer would bring their ID and would verify with their local extension service provider if that woman has got the capacity, has got the pigsties and everything set. Then would give them the piglets and would follow up later to pass them on to the next person. But not all women farmers were faithful enough, so now we have to look at more commitment from these women, and we're even considering insurance now.
That would be ideal. So what was happening with the women who were not being honest enough, like, or what should happen in the event that someone does not keep up to the standard of keeping up with the program?
As Women in Agriculture Union, we believe that maybe that time it's because this is an opportunity that just fell into our hands during COVID. We had not had time to prepare for it, but it was also a learning curve for us. So now we focus more on, let's empower the mindset of a woman first before we give them free input. We train these women because women need to have an entrepreneurship mindset for them to understand how to run a business, that in a business you have to plant and you have to plow back into your business after you have managed to make profit. Because I think once we get women to understand that, then it is easier for them to also understand the value of empowering the next woman.
That's brilliant. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Make sure you stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to People and Earth, where we have been talking with Ms. Olga Nari, founder and chairperson of the Women in Agriculture Union. So Olga, can you please tell us how this pass-on program initiative has helped and capacitated the farmers you have worked with?
The pass-on program has really transformed lives of hundreds. The women that we gave the piglets to, we facilitated training for all of them. So after the training, the women, when they went home with their piglets, they knew what to do. They knew what to feed their piglets. They knew how to keep their pigsties clean. And all of them have been successful. And we have even passed on. We are on the 3rd phase of passing on. The first ones that we gave in 2020 passed on in 2021 and started passing on again in 2022. We are actually approaching the 4th phase of the pass-on project. If I may give an example of one of our most successful farmers, Letwina Nyagano. Well, with her story is more amazing, because what happened is when I posted in the groups, this opportunity, it fell on our lap. Then I shared it in all our platforms, and like I mentioned before, we have got thousands of women farmers in these crops. Then you post that, we've got these piglets, so anyone with a capacity, please send me your ID details, your location, and the capacity of your pigsties. And the responses there with women, it was so disappointing. Everyone was now attacking me. What's in it for you? What do you want? There's nothing for free in this world. Why do you want to give us things for free? Don't you have relatives to give? And I decided, you know what? I will not dignify this with a response. Let me just wait for those that respond. And Letwina and 3 other women are the only ones that came to the inbox and just sent all their details. Then I said, oh, thank you. Can we meet at this location on Thursday by this time? Bring your vehicle to collect the piglets. She says, okay, thank you. So I had 4 farmers on the site. And on that day, I was allocated a whole truckload, which had 540 piglets. And I only have 4 farmers that have showed up. Everyone else is in the group waiting for me to respond. Then I'm looking at a truckload of piglets and I'm saying, okay, what am I going to do with this? And I've got only 4 women. Tomorrow when I say we've got women and women want their share, they're going to say there are no women. Then I say to the women farmers, okay, she had requested 10, the other one had said she only wanted 2, the other one had said 10 again. Then I say to these women, hey, you guys, we've got a whole truckload. If you know you've got the capacity in terms of pigsties and feed, because for this project to be successful, you definitely need feed. So if you know you've got the capacity, you can take more. Then Yagano says, okay, I think I can take 40. She took 40. Then the other one says, okay, I can take 30. The other one says 10 and the other one 20. And I had to return the rest of the whole truckload. I regret it every day up to now. And I returned the rest. Then her, she says from her 40, she went back. She managed to sell. After looking after the piglets, she managed to sell porkers, and she even built, when we visited a field for a field day, she was actually showcasing a whole building that she has labeled the Presidential Person Scheme, because she says she built that with money from those piglets that we gave her. And now she has gone beyond national, she has gone international. She's actually exporting her pigs. When we met her, she had 3 piglets. Now she has got more than 87 sows, and including piglets and bulls. I think she's at almost 200 now.
Wow.
That's a success story.
Wow, that's amazing. And how does that make you feel that you've empowered somebody?
Humbled, actually. Humbled. I'm humbled. When I look at her and all the other women, she's just one of the many women that when we visit their farms now, they've done so well and they accredit it all to us. And I look at it, I'm humbled. I cannot even take credit. It takes the farmer. You know, you can take a donkey to a well, but you won't force it to drink water. So it takes the farmer to achieve that.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. So can you tell us, with following through with your projects that you've enabled to grow, how can you say that they've impacted the farming sector?
We strongly believe as a union that our projects, our programs, our trainings are impacting the nation's economy in a very positive way. Because if you look at one empowered woman is a whole household. And here we are talking of thousands of women. We are talking of their husbands and their children empowered. So we look at it and say, okay, now we have more than 500 or so piglets yet to be distributed. This is a program that's going to keep on benefiting more women. We have so many chicks as well that we distributed to women. And this is also going to keep continuing to empower more women. And these women, it might be somebody who says, okay, I have this. We have so many women that say, I've got a pigsty or I've got a chicken run. It's just sitting there. I don't know what to do with it. I don't have capital to start. And we come in and say, okay, maybe where you can start from. Here you have got chicks that you can start with. You can even feed them from the kitchen, what we throw away in the kitchen, the veggies and the meals that we eat, the leftovers, the kitchen leftovers. You can feed with that and then top up a little food from the shops. So it's something that we believe it has impacted a lot of women's lives positively, because we are giving them where to start from without them forking out money, because capital is really a challenge for any woman out there. They know right now finance is not easily accessible for women.
That's so true. I can agree with you there. So besides your contribution to the female farmers through your pass-on projects, what other programs are you doing in your community to empower women farmers?
We have a number of programs to empower women. Biggest one being trainings on entrepreneurship mindset for women farmers, record keeping, and export markets, how women can be well prepared for export market. We encourage women on value addition. It is not time for us to sell maize or wheat in its original form. There is a lot we can do in terms of value addition, and we are saying let's go beyond what Gogo used to do. The
All right,
usual
Olga, I'm going to have to hold you on that one, and then we can continue on the next segment. Make sure you stay tuned in for the next segment. We'll see you right back. Welcome back to People and Earth. So, Olga, I know you've dealt with people from different backgrounds and everything. How has that been for you as an experience?
It's amazing. We have backyard farmers. We have farmers based in communal areas. We have commercial farmers. And having one platform that is catering for the needs, because the challenges that the farmer based in communal areas faces and the challenges of a backyard farmer and the challenges of a commercial farmer, these are all very different. So when you get into it thinking, okay, my wish is to empower women economically through agriculture, you just jumping there in the deep end saying, okay, women need to be empowered in agriculture. I want to capacitate women. How? One, you don't have your own resources. And two, these women are all in their different clusters. So you need to understand and be able to relate to each and every single one of them. Their challenges, their successes, and so on. But one thing I learned from the farmers is the farmers know their challenges and they know the solutions that they need. So you have to learn to listen. You're not there to give solutions. You're there to actually learn and work with them to get to the solutions that they already have.
Wow. So can you also tell us what challenges you face with your own organization?
Well, I always say being a visionary, having a vision without resources, you're like a madman. So I didn't have any resources. All I had was an idea. I had spent time with women struggling. I'd assisted those women through linking them to human rights lawyers with their cases, and in the process I was just touched with what they went through. Some of them I could actually relate because of things that happened in my own past. And I just made a decision that, you know what, I want to be the woman that I needed when I was going through what these women need. And I just came running like a headless chicken, knocking on every door that we need to assist women in this area. But without resources, it is very difficult. And to be taken serious by people when they don't know you. Every office you knock, people will be asking, who are you? Are you related to this? People want to know your surname and want to know who referred you. And you're like, no, I'm just an individual who just wants to make a difference. And it is not that simple. Even up to today, we have never had a sponsor in all the work that we are doing. It's been self-sponsoring and well-wishers that come in. They volunteer their time, their vehicles. That's how we've been working.
Wow, amazing. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
And in parting, what would you want to give as advice to women who are farmers?
What I wish to tell women that are in agriculture is not easy, but it is not impossible. If we can give life to a child, any woman out there would know that is so painful. Not from experience, you'd know it from the Bible. It is stated in the Bible. So even if you don't have to go through it, you just have to know that pain is gruesome enough to find a place in the Bible. So if we were trusted enough that we can do that, we are the guardians of earth. Let's take care of earth for it to take care of us. The best way to get into agriculture is go in it knowing that I'm here to take care of nature so that it takes care of you. It's not just about money, it's about Mother Earth.
So this has been your passion. Would you say that it has been time wasted, or would you say that you are serving your purpose?
Since 2010, I've been doing women empowerment in agriculture. When I look back, it has not been easy. It's been one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do in my life is dedicating my life to empowering other women. It's been a rough journey, but when I look at it, when I look back all the time, for me it is worth it. I've had friends, I've had relatives come to me and attack me about how fame doesn't pay bills, how what I'm doing doesn't make a difference. I've even had some that have told me that, you know what, we tried this whole thing of trying to make a difference. It doesn't work. You need to look out for yourself and your family only. And I'll say, you know what, for me, it's more than that. Some of these women that I'm assisting, I can relate with them one way or the other. And I keep on reminding myself that I want to be the woman I needed when I was in their shoes. Someone who doesn't just come to me and tell me, it's a phase, it's going to pass, or don't worry, it's going to be all right. I need someone to actually hold my hand and take me to the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't want to be told it's going to pass. I want to be dragged there by someone who understands what's going on. And I believe that by what I'm doing, empowering women economically, I'm holding their hand and taking them to the silver lining.
Wow, that is profound. Well done to you.
Thank you.
Keep on pushing, and may God bless the works of your hands.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Olga, for being on the show with us. Thank you for joining us on People Earth. Make sure you join us next week, same place, same time.